UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. I'm your host, L.A. Marzulli. This is our weekly UFO update. I have a treat for you. We're going to show you a clip, actually my interview with Bill Salus, who had an encounter with orbs, and we'll get into that and so much more. So here's the cover for Part 3, Close Encounters. UFO Disclosure, Part 3, Close Encounters. Hats off to Mark Kahn. He did an incredible job. In the film, I interviewed Bill Salus. This is several years ago. Salus had an encounter. It's actually a very common encounter. The difference is Bill is bold and courageous enough to talk about it. I find it absolutely incredible. Here's the clip. I'll weigh in on it on the other side. Bill Salus is a prolific author, best known perhaps for his work on Psalm 83. He's also a good friend, and Bill and I have spoken at many conferences together. He joins us here because he's giving a testimony about an encounter that he had with his wife, Toni. Folks, once you see one, you never forget. Here's Bill's testimony.
And on this particular occasion, my wife and I are sitting out on the deck. It's about 1 o'clock at night, p.m., and it's real dark out. And I was talking to her about the tribulation and how the Antichrist comes in the middle of the tribulation and starts his campaign at the end, the mark of the beast. Just started getting into that discussion. All of a sudden, the talk was interrupted as we look across the river. So this would be going over toward the east into the Arizona side, and this orb comes up and it's bright orange, and it just suspends right there, and about 5 seconds later another one comes right here next to it, totally equal on the line space. And then about 5 seconds later, another one comes right over here. And they just freeze right there, suspended in space, all shining at the same exact color and everything like that. And my wife and I stop and we go, oh my God, we're talking about the Antichrist, and look at this unidentified thing, right? And all of a sudden we're kind of marveling, our jaws have dropped, and all of a sudden it just disappears, just vanishes like that. And we went, oh my goodness, that's an unidentified flying object or something. What else could that be? Nothing could suspend itself in time like that. And while we're talking, within about a minute, over to the left a little bit more, here it comes again. 1, a few seconds goes by. 2, a few seconds goes by. 3, and it's just sitting there right facing us, and just a little bit to the left of where it was prior. And we're really dumbfounded now, and all of a sudden it just disappears again. Okay, so now we're just totally watching over there, like, what is going on here? Some kind of invasion going on? I mean, I'm being a little humorous here, but we were like, this is not right. And then all of a sudden, about the same distance between the first and second showing, it happens again over a little bit more to the left. I'm going to move just slightly over. In each instance, they're lingering there for about a minute or so, and then bam, it just disappears. Now, I don't know what that was. All I know is that it does not appear to be something that we'd be familiar with as flying instrument around here. It wasn't a helicopter, it wasn't a plane. You know, I'm not an expert in this field, but I'll tell you right now, the coincidental nature of me talking about the Antichrist, who's going to be the master of deception, supernatural deception is going to happen when he's on the scene, according to 2 Thessalonians 2. And that timely moment, talking about the tribulation period, this happens, not once, but twice, but 3 times, defying the laws of gravity and things that I would understand that it could not do, and then just disappear and vanish into thin air. I just wanted to share that with you because from my perspective, listening to L.A. Marzulli all the time, and he's got me convinced that the lie, the strong delusion that might be coming in 2 Thessalonians could be dealing with this unidentified flying object scenario, aliens, sort of thing like that. Of course, I don't believe they're aliens. I think they're fallen angels, demonic, and that sort of thing. But I wanted to share that's a personal encounter that my wife and I had.
And there you have it, folks. Orbs that appear in the sky and then just disappear. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's incredible. These are, and I want to make this really clear. I look at the entire phenomena and all of its complexities, from cattle mutilations to implants to crop circles to lights in the sky to UFO encounters to abductions. It's all sourced from the dark side. These are not extraterrestrials from Zeta Reticuli. They are not our brothers from space. These are, in my opinion, the fallen angelic host. I can't say it any clearer than that. These are the fallen angelic hosts. And we need to be aware that this is the coming great deception. It will change absolutely everything when and if they manifest. I truly believe that we go up, they show up. We go up, they come down. Something is restraining them. We have to ask ourselves, why haven't they just landed on the White House lawn? There may be a supernatural reason for that. There may be a reason that ties back to the biblical prophetic narrative. They're being restrained. And that's what I think is going on. Anyway, folks, part 3 will be available. We are doing our typical pre-sale of that. Please check it out by going to lamarzulli.net, lamarzulli.net. The pre-sale will be up until we actually have hard copies. Then the price goes from $14.99 to $19.99 or whatever it is, $20. But here it is. There's a couple of different options that you can get. You can buy all 3. You can just buy the 1. So check the options out. And please consider getting all 3 of the DVDs.